Okay, everybody, thank you for jumping on the call tonight. So I am fresh off of Platinum Edge this past weekend, and it was amazing. It just, I don't know if faith and hope are on right now, but oh gosh, the topics were just really good. Shalene talked about time management, which is probably something like we all could honestly benefit from. And she's brilliant. Every time she talks, she's brilliant. She also talked about Periscope. A lot of topics covered. And one of, I was going through my notes and I was thinking, what am I going to share with you guys? What could be like most helpful? And I kind of pulled together some stuff that Michelle Myers, who is an amazing coach, she did a presentation on your brand. And then also Chelsea Pearson did a presentation about social media and brand as well. So that is what I have for you guys tonight. So let me screen share. Okay, let's see here. I need to go here. Presentation. Please move this window away from the share. Okay, can you guys see this? Amy, will you unmute yourself and just tell me if you see this? Window.
Yeah, I can see it, but our pictures are all on the right-hand side.
Okay, like we're over here, you mean?
Yeah, like it's covering a little bit of, if you go full screen, I think it'll probably.
Okay, hold on, I'm going full screen right now. Is that good?
It didn't change.
You know, I'm really confused why this keeps happening. Okay, please move this window away. Okay, so maybe if I move this over here, resume share. Yeah, I'm like so confused. Like, what the heck is going on? Okay, can you see that?
I can see it. I mean, I can see your screen.
Yeah.
But our pictures, like I said, it covers a little bit of the right-hand side of my screen.
Okay, can you see this?
The social media and you takeaways from Platinum Edge?
Yeah. Is it better if I have it in this format or the other one?
I don't know what the other format is. It hasn't changed.
Oh, okay. Can you guys, okay, basically, can you guys read these things? Can you see them?
Yes. I think if you go to the sixth one, though, the sixth slide, we probably will not be able to read all of what's on the right hand.
Okay, no worries. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like this because I don't know why this is happening, but these are really just more of like my notes because I want to be able to just touch on everything. So I'll be reading all this stuff. So I'll just roll with this because I don't know what else to do here. So yeah, okay. All right, so I wanted to start off, you guys. Thank you, Amy, by the way. With the importance of events. Gosh, you guys, if you know, I know that you're on this call, so I know that you're serious about the business, and events are part of it. And I know that events definitely take they take sacrifice. It takes money to get to events. It takes probably taking time off work. It takes arranging sitters for your kids. I mean, I totally get the struggle it is to get to events. But if you're serious about this business, you need to plan on attending events about every 3 to 4 months. And so these are the 3 events coming up in 2016 that I really hope that you guys will take seriously and attend. The first one is the Push to Purpose Team Retreat. That's February 12th through the 14th, and I believe we have 4 spots left for that. Summit 2016 in Nashville, and then also Platinum Edge is in September this year, it's on my daughter's birthday is the 22nd. So I know that it's definitely going to take some sacrifice getting here, but honestly, this business is driven by events, and leaders show up to events. I can't tell you how good it feels to just be surrounded by other coaches for a weekend and just really learn and train and things like that. So really, really important. Another thing is tomorrow we're having a sneak peek webinar. The call is What is Coaching All About? It's tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it will be 30 minutes long. I have done this webinar twice. I've done it practiced and done it twice now. And actually, we had some people on the very first time I did it. And everybody that was on that wasn't a coach yet has now signed up as a coach. So I just want to tell you, I ended up getting a format from Alexis Whalen, who's a pretty, up and coming new leader and coach, and she's running a pretty successful business. And she shared kind of her process for onboarding new coaches. And she shared with us a video that she sends her prospects, and it was a webinar. So I watched it. I literally broke it down slide for slide, and then I tweaked it and made it our own. And so, it's got pictures from our team at Summit, but I really followed her format, and it's a great, great webinar, you guys. It really speaks to the culture of our team. It speaks to who should be a coach, what coaching is all about. And so I am serious. If you have any past challengers, anybody that's interested or that you think would be awesome coaches, invite them to this 30-minute webinar tomorrow. The link for it is on the Push to Purpose page, and it will be recorded, so you guys will be able to send out the recording. But I would love to get people on it live, because I think that that just creates an atmosphere of I don't know, just that our team is growing. And I think that's really, really important. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So get out there and invite people. Hey, if I invited you to this webinar to kind of learn what coaching is about, would you join me? I'm going to be on it. It's about 30 minutes. If I, would you? Those are the type of statements that you want to use. So yes. Okay, so that's important. Okay, next slide. Okay, let's talk about Fall Classic. Where are you at? You guys, so I was thinking about this. The word of the month. And hey, listen, I'll have Amy. Amy, if you're not seeing any of this stuff good, or, unmute yourself and tell me if, I'm talking about Fall Classic and you're not seeing it. Unmute yourself and tell me. But, okay, word of the month is discipline. Honestly, I think this will be the word for the year for me, and you guys are welcome to pick up on it too. Word of the month, discipline, doing what needs to be done even when you don't want to. Just to get out of your own way and stop giving up and just finish strong. And you guys, discipline in more than just the business. I mean, discipline in our fitness, discipline in my fitness journeys, discipline in my budgeting, discipline in following through with what I say I'm going to do. So when I tell the girls, listen, we're going to have a chore chart, I need to have the discipline to follow through. We have so many resources available to us, and I don't care what it is. If it's budgeting, my God, you've got Dave Ramsey, you've got tons of tools on the internet. If it's your own fitness journey and you're kind of falling off with that, you have the best tools at your fingertips. With the business, there's so many resources and stuff available to finish strong and finish. And if I am not, honestly, I think it comes down to the lack of discipline, because it's not that we don't want it, because we do. So it's not like we don't have the vision, because we do. It's not like we don't have the desire, because we do. It's not like we don't have the resources, because we do. So what is it? It's lack of discipline. I mean, let me know if you think I'm wrong, because I'm always open to that. But, I'm just looking at my own life and all these areas that are super important to me, that I struggle with. It boils down to discipline. So I don't know where you're at with your Fall Classic team. I don't know what you set your goal out to be in the beginning of the month. I don't know how your teammates are doing. But all I know is that you yourself have to, at some point, decide to get out of your own way and follow through with what you say you're going to do. And you have to have the discipline to do that. And so, if you've set goals for yourself this month, because it's Fall Classic and it's a special month, hit them. If you told yourself, I am going to have 3 lives funneled into a challenge group this month, and I'm going to have Success Club 5 by the 15th, and you don't yet, then have the discipline to get that done. And honestly, it just takes it's action. It's taking action. That's truly what it's about. So in the vital behaviors. So anyways, time to maybe check back in with your fall classic teammates. And if your girls have fallen off the place or the face of the earth and they're like whatever, that doesn't mean you have to. That doesn't mean that you should just say, oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. It does matter. It does, because this is your business. And these are people's lives that need to hear from you, need to be invited by you, need to be followed up by you. So it does matter. It matters for next year. It matters for the foundation that you're laying. And so I just hope that you have the discipline to finish this month strong, and the year for that matter. All right, so here we go. We're going to start getting into to just kind of the whole branding, social media training. So if you want to take notes, feel free. All right, so here's the deal. There's only one thing that you can offer to your challengers that's unique from all the other almost 400,000 Beachbody coaches. There's only one thing that you can offer, because the programs, they're the same. Shakeology is the same. The prices are the same. What is the only thing that is different? It's you. You are the unique component. And every single one of us on this call, we're unique. We all have our own stories. We all can connect with people that others of us can't. And when people join your challenge group, they're not joining you. When people follow you on social media, they're not following you because you're a Beachbody coach or because of Shakeology or 21 Day Fix. They're following you because of you, not because you're one of the 380,000 Beachbody coaches. They probably relate to you with something that has nothing to do with Beachbody. That's why they're following you. Because if they only wanted to see what you're saying or join your challenge just because you're a Beachbody coach, then they could join, the other 380,000. But you are unique, and you must know that. Social media should tell your story, okay? In every basic story, it has a plot. It has a storyline. And every story or every brand must tell. It's kind of based on the same thing. Number one, I spelled character wrong. Okay, number one, there's a character. Number two, the character has a problem. Number three, the character finds a guide. Number four, the guide finds a solution to the problem. And number five, the guide motivates the character to action. Okay, so this is the plot of the story. This is the brand that you have. This is what you're telling. It doesn't matter if it's, when you think about it, every movie that you've ever seen, it kind of follows this format, right? Okay, so let's talk about the top 5 branding mistakes. Making yourself the hero of the story. See, when we talk about the customer and the customer has or when we talk about the character and the character has a problem and the character has to find a guide, you guys might have thought just like me, well, I'm the character. So when I post and I tell my story, I'm talking about me, I'm the character. But that's not true. Your customer is the character. Your customer is the hero of the story, and you're just the guide. You're just the guide that's going to help them. So I'm going to read back to you this story, and I want you to see your future customers as the character, and I want you to see yourself as the guide. So it starts off, there's a character, and the character has a problem. The character finds a guide or a coach. The guide finds a solution to the problem, and then the guide motivates the character to action. See, when she first read that, I was totally picturing myself as the character the whole time. But then when she said, no, the hero of your story, the character, the main character of your story is that customer. See, so often we focus on ourselves that we forget that it isn't about us. It's about the people. It's about every single person that we're talking to. It's about our challengers and the people that follow us. That's what it's about. Okay, so you have to remember, you're always making the hero of the story your customer, and you're the guide. Okay, so when you're posting, so don't get that mistaken. Always remember, you're the guide and the customer is the hero or the main character. Number two, one of the biggest branding mistakes is lack of clarity. You need to know exactly who your heroes are going to be. Who are your success stories going to be? Who are going to be the girls that join your challenge group in round 3 and they love it so much and then they decide to become a coach and now they're running with you and they're your business partner and your success partner and your running mate. That's who you need to be targeting. See, so often we have lack of clarity when we post and we just post these big posts out and we hope everybody likes it. But see, the truth is the more clarity we can get in our post.
Andrea?
Yes.
Sorry, I can only see like half of these words. Can you just, when you get to each one, will you just read them?
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. I don't understand. This is so weird. Hold on. Let me see if this is better for you.
Is there any way to make our video like thumbnails disappear? Because that's what's in the way.
Hold on.
Oh,
I can't even see the thumbnails.
there totally are. It's just my screen. You can totally ignore me.
Okay. Oh
I
my
just figured
God.
out how to do it on my own screen.
Oh my God, Amy, I'm like freaking out thinking it's me again. I'm like,
Andrea,
what the heck? I can't even see thumbnails.
I see thumbnails too, but if you click the present, it should take away the thumbnails on the side.
Who are
Yes,
you
I found
talking
it.
to? Me?
Yeah, because I can see all this. I have to like zoom in to read it. But if you click the present button, I mean, it looks like your thing's on it, but it's not in present mode. Like it's in like your making it mode. I think that's why we can't read it.
I am in present mode though.
Oh, because on mine it's showing like your making it mode.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I switched to only because I thought Amy said that you couldn't see with the other thing. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll switch to, oh Lord. Can you guys see this? Can you see the present mode in like the really big screen?
No, I see the thumbnails. Zoom hates us. That's what's happening.
Darn it. All right, listen, I'm going to write this, or I'm going to read it all to you guys. And then what the heck? This is so frustrating though. What about that?
Nope.
Please move this window away from the shared application to okay, so let's see. Hold on. Oh my God, so frustrating. You know, what if I stop recording? Do you think that has anything to do with it?
I don't think so, Andrea, because I do mine recorded and I am able to.
I mean, you guys, honestly, I've done these before. Is this always an issue and no one just ever says anything?
It was on the last call
Yeah.
too. But Andrea, when you're sharing it, like when you're on Zoom, is it showing that you're on a screen that you can't share? Because sometimes if you pop open a different screen, it won't let you share it, and you have to actually go to that screen and push share.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay.
So frustrating. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see. Social media. Let's see what this one is.
Pinch out. See, mine says pinch out for a bigger picture.
Did that work?
No, it's still the same. But if everybody just zooms in, then you can read it. So that's fine.
Don't even just follow what I'm saying, you guys. I'll post the slides or whatever, but just follow what I'm saying. So, okay, and I'm sorry about this. Okay, so let's talk about this lack of clarity. You want to target your audience, okay? So you want to be talking to a very specific group of people. So what does that mean? That means that when you post, a lot of people may not get it. They may not understand, or they may not like it because they don't get it, because you're just talking to the people that you want to relate to, the very specific group of people. So you want to be very clear in who your target audience is, if that makes sense. Okay, number 3. So many coaches sell to external problems. So I want you guys to follow me. Losing weight is an external problem, okay? It's an external problem. Top performers, like the top coaches, they offer internal solutions to internal problems. I want you to think about newer coaches, and maybe you do this. you're the one that's always posting a picture with your Shakeology glass and kissing your Shakeology glass. And this is literally what Shalene said. She was like, she's like, oh my God, I'm one of like the 100,000 people that are kissing my Shakeology glass and looking at you. And that's what I post. And that's a very clear picture that you're trying to sell Shakeology. I mean, people know that. They know you're trying to sell Shakeology. Or, you post pictures of like 21-day fix on sale. Join my challenge group now. And that's the majority of what you post. Well, it's very clear that you're a Beachbody coach and you're trying to sell your challenge group. Okay. Now I want you to think of like top coaches in this business. Do they post pictures of their Shakeology cups with right beside them kissing their Shakeology cups? No. How do they post? They talk about internal issues. They talk about adversity. They talk about the things that happen in their life on the inside. And they connect with people about the internal problems. And so often, those of us who aren't at that, not understanding how this works, we just try to get people to come on board with us and lose weight, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. Well, I mean, there's 380,000 Beachbody coaches all selling, trying to have this brand on social media about join me to lose weight, join me to lose the 5 pounds. That's what you do. But if you think of someone like Chelsea Pearson, she doesn't really ever talk about that. She talks about internal things. She talks about time management. She talks about, stuff that's going on in her life. And she shares, funny stuff and awesome stuff, but it's never join my challenge group to lose weight. It's always about internal things. And that's the difference between top performing coaches, people who are really connecting with others. And, these people are joining them specifically because they feel connected. They feel like they can relate to them because they get what they're going through or what they've gone through, versus the amateur coach who's still trying to sell Shakeology or come lose weight with me. Does that make sense? And again, I can't even see you guys' faces, but that was a huge light bulb moment for me, because like I can totally tell when I look at a coach, someone who's like a newer coach or really doesn't get social media too much, and and they're posting this way, versus the top performing coaches who post to internal issues, things with like substance, and not just come lose weight with me. Somebody unmute yourself and tell me if this is a light bulb like moment for you, or if you get this, or you've always thought this way. Is this like a big realization to you guys as it was to me? Because when I heard selling to external problems like losing weight versus offering, solutions to internal problems, and how can you overcome the internal problems, and then of course they're going to connect with you about losing weight, I was like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. Anybody else?
Yeah, Andrea, I remember we had this conversation probably a few months ago, and I've really started that's when I started listening to Shalene's podcast, and she talks about it all the time in there, and build your tribe. And I've completely changed the way. And when I see newer Beachbody coaches and how they're, posting all those Shakeology pics and 21-day fixes on sale, it just makes me cringe to think that I actually did that at one time.
I know. I mean, and here's the thing, we've all done it. We all do it even. And it's okay. Like it's just a learning process. And you guys, that's the whole point of personal development, the whole point of events, the whole point of podcasts, because then you learn a better way. And so if you're doing this right now, don't be like, oh my God, I'm horrible. No, I mean, we all do this. We all are guilty of doing this. And it's not because we wanted to come off as salesy or whatever. It's just we didn't know. And so now you know. And so what I want you to challenge you guys to do is start studying top performing coaches and kind of watch how they post. And I'm not saying duplicate what they do to a T. That's not what I'm saying. But I want you to see a difference in how they post and connect with people, and how they use social media to really connect with others and get their brand out, versus maybe newer coaches, or maybe how you do it. And then start making some changes. And that's going to require creativity. It's going to require courage, because you got to start sharing stuff about you. Chelsea Pearson said, my Facebook and Instagram, it's like my diary. I share stuff that's deep. I share stuff that's important to me, and I'm very personal about it. She said, I don't write this and share this with people because I want all the likes. I don't do it because I want all these comments. I could put this out there, and this is so imperfectly me that I don't care if nobody likes it, because I'm just being true to myself and sharing as if I would in a diary. I'm not writing it for others. I'm writing it for me and how I'm kind of working my way through life. But when she does that, when she gets that raw and has that courage to get that open with people, and then always has the upswing because she's got personal development, and so it's never going to be like, oh my God, I hate my life, FML. No, I mean, it's deeper than that. And there's always a positive upswing. But see, when she posts like that, she's connecting to people who are just like her. And that requires courage and creativity and, stepping out of your comfort zone and being willing to share like that. Because it is a lot easier to say, oh, I'm drinking my Shakeology today and I love it, as you've got your Shakeology cup right here. That's easy to do. It's much harder to do it the other way, but that's how you connect with people. Okay, number 4. The number 4 top branding mistake is you base success on the wrong numbers. It's not about the number of likes or the number of comments. It's the number of conversions. Who are you converting? Because if you're someone and you're getting 100 likes on Facebook, but you don't even have 3 challengers in your challenge group a month, well, then no. I mean, who cares that you have 100 likes? So what? People aren't relating to you enough to join you. And so you don't want to base your success on likes and comments, or maybe you're someone who you don't get too many likes, but you sure do get your 3 to 5 girls a month to join your challenge groups and really start working on changing themselves. That's the number that counts. So that's the number 4 branding mistake. And then the number 5th, the worst mistake, she said, it's the trump card. You can do everything right, but if you're inconsistent on social media, you're a done deal. You are a done deal. And you can do everything else right. But if you are inconsistent with your brand and with your presence and with your posting on social media, then that's the trump card. And good luck, because you're just going to struggle. You can't come and go. And I get it. Life is busy, and I get it. You're crazy busy, but that's where the discipline comes in. Okay. So those are the 5 top branding mistakes. Okay. So now let's move in. We talked about the hero. Who's going to be the hero of your story? The hero of your story is always going to be your challenger, your customer, your coach, the person that comes on board and joins you. So who is your hero? Who are you trying to reach? You need to know this. Otherwise you're just going to be throwing stuff out there, and you're going to be, catching whatever comes your way, and you're going to be wasting your time. Because, you want to run with a team, you want to become really good friends with your team, then you've got to be very specific in who your hero is, because what you put out there is what you're going to attract. So, if you think about what's their external problem. Well, most people, the external problem that they have is they want to lose weight. They want to feel better in their clothes. But what's their internal problem, and how is that making them feel? And so the whole idea, when you sit down and you think about, okay, who is my hero? Who are my heroes? Who am I trying to reach? And then you start answering these questions, you're going to start identifying somebody who is your perfect teammate, your perfect running mate. And so let me just break this down and give you an example. Okay, so who am I trying to reach? Okay, so I'm trying to reach women, probably 20 or 20, 30s, and 40s. What's their external problem? Me personally, I want to work with girls who want to lose weight. Now, other people on this call, you may connect better with people who are trying to maintain their weight. Some people may connect better with people who want to gain weight. Maybe other people, if you yourself have experienced eating disorders and you've been up and down, then that's a different type of person. So you need to think about what's the external problem and who can you best relate with, because that's who you're going to attract. And then what's their internal problem and how is that making them feel? So for me, I think about myself. I want to attract women who, have just spent so many years of their lives having kids and just kind of up and down in their weight and just they've lost themselves. They've lost that feeling of loving how they feel in their own skin. Women who are working and they miss being at home. They want freedom of time. They want to be home with their children. I mean, I'm getting very specific in who my hero is. And it's actually a reflection of me. It's a reflection of who I am. So, and does this need to be everybody? No, I mean, that's not to say that I'm not going to work with, maybe somebody who is a grandma and she's 60 years old and she's a runner and she's in the best shape of her life, but she's been following my story and she's interested in Shakeology. Then of course, of course we're going to work together and we're probably going to be connected. But if I'm sitting down and I'm really trying to get very clear on who my heroes are, this is what it is, and so I think about what is their internal problems and how is that making them feel? Because then, you guys, how I post, the stories that I choose to share about myself, I'm very specific in that because I know who I'm trying to talk to. I know whose heart I want to tug on. And it's not going to be everybody, but it's going to be somebody. The somebody that I can relate to, that I'm supposed to talk to. That's why you need to think about your hero sketch and who are the heroes of your stories. And then how can I give them a plan? Okay, well, that's the challenge groups and that's coaching and all of that. So I hope that makes sense to you guys when you're thinking about who is the hero of your story. You have to have an understanding of who you are and where you've come from and what you're going through to understand who you're going to attract and who you're going to best relate to. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then I think this is the last slide, but okay, so here's the thing. We share, we don't sell, okay? We're not selling 21-Day Fix or Shakeology. We're not selling, these programs. We're sharing. We're sharing our journey. And there's a huge difference between sharing and selling. Sell is a 4-letter word that people hate. Replace it with help. You're helping people. You're sharing your story and you're helping others. And if you can change your mindset, and if you can look at it that way, that you are sharing. And so what does that mean? That means that you have to be on the journey. That means that you have to be actively working your coaching business. If you want to share how it's affecting your life, if you want to share how it's helping you, it means that you have to be present and you have to build relationships and you have to show up and do the hard work. Fitness, coaching, your business, everything. And so if you can put sell and sale out of your mind totally, and from now on, we share and we help. And when you can look at it that way, oh my gosh, so different, feels so much better. And that's, that's everything. Like when I heard that, I'm like, yes. And so I don't know, these were like the takeaways really on social media and brand that probably impacted me the most. And so as you kind of reflect on how you're posting and how you're sharing your journey and how you're working your social media, I want you to remember that every post you put out there reflects you. And so what do you want to put out there? Who is the hero of your stories? Who are you talking to? Think about that specifically. And then when you choose to share one of your stories, and we have so many stories, I mean, my gosh, we're 30, 40 years old, 20 some years old. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but you have years and years of stories of your life. And so when you know exactly who you want to speak to, then you can pick the stories of your life that you want to share. And here's the other thing, I just real quickly, I didn't do a slide on, but so the trump card is inconsistency. But what does that mean? So let's say like today, you're just crazy stressed and you don't feel creative at all and you have no idea what to share. And it's like, oh my God, but I haven't posted anything. So what should I do? And one of the things that they suggested was create some folders in your phone. And so when things happen to you, have like titles. So like for me, like a funny Bria story, whatever, because, she just, whatever, creates a lot of drama in my life. So when she does something, I can just add that situation into the Bria folder. So on a day that I'm not feeling creative, I can go back and see, what has my crazy child done to me in the past week that I could share about that would connect with other moms? Or if I have an awesome, I don't know, like workout story, that's something that's happened, or something that that's like big that I've reflected on recently, or something that I've witnessed or whatever, as you're going through your day and, something has like touched you and you're like, I should maybe share this, just add it to your phone, add it to a certain file. So on a day that you're looking for something to post, you can just go there and you can genuinely grab something that's relatable to you and you can share it. Another thing is that, I forget who, but one of the girls said they use Pinterest often and they create secret boards on Pinterest. So secret boards are boards that no one else can see. And they pin things to their boards. So like awesome one-liners. So, let's say that they got their picture after their workout and they want to post it and they want an awesome one-liner quote or something. They save all these one-liners to the secret board. So when they need something cool to put on a picture, they just go and check that secret board and grab one of the quotes. They're not making these quotes up. They're just seeing them on Pinterest and grabbing them. Cool like ways to make food. They do that. And then also like cool I'm trying to think. Oh, like poses. I think this was Chelsea. She's like, when I see like cool pictures of cool poses for like fitness and stuff, I go and save them. So when I have my phone and I'm working out or something, like I go and I try and mimic that pose because it's cool to me. It spoke to me. And so I want to share that. See, like you have to start getting creative in this way. And so those are some things that they do. So then when they need to go and post, they've got things to grab from if they're not really feeling creative that day. Oh, wow. I haven't even checked the chat. Yeah. Okay. So Aaron asked, can I just share the PowerPoint? Yeah, I will share it. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Does anyone have any questions about what I've shared? Anything at all that you guys want to ask? Unmute yourself.
I do.
Okay.
When you're talking about selling to external problems, when it comes to challenge groups, I feel like I'm pretty good at internal solutions because when I promote it, I always say that I'm looking for people who don't want to feel uncomfortable at holiday parties, who don't want to, I address that way. But when it comes to Shakeology, I struggle with that. I don't know how to share Shakeology and not feel salesy.
Okay.
How else do you promote it other than taking a picture of it? And that is just like right off the bat salesy. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to think, like, this has got me questioning my whole like branding and stuff. So what I would say is look back. Like, I feel like I see Brigitte Linford post about Shakeology sometimes, like when she's drinking it and things like that. I don't necessarily know if I see coaches post a lot about Shakeology. I really don't know. I mean, I know Carl Deichler posts a picture every single day of Shakeology, but I almost think that that's just a given. And I almost feel like because I don't see tons of coaches post about it, I think that they build such a good rapport with these people through Facebook that when they say, hey, I want to join your challenge group, they take their recommendation because they trust them already. Does that make sense?
It does. the thing that I struggle with is like the one thing that made a difference for me was Shakeology, and it's because of my hypoglycemia. And I feel like I want to address that because that's like it's a niche and not everyone has it.
Right.
But I don't know how to.
Okay. So for that, I would say you need to watch Carly Del Carlo. You need to watch Meredith Gersten, because those girls have literally built their brand around PCOS and endometriosis and some of these other, Carly's team is all PCOS girls. And she very much is, it's a huge part of her life. And so she's very open, and Shakeology like literally has greatly impact their symptoms. And I know that even like she celebrates when girls get pregnant, and I'm not saying she says it's because of Shakeology, but what I am saying is that some of these girls are like, I don't know, claiming that this is like life changing for their bodies and for them. So because I don't do that, I would say go find the girls that do, like Carly and Meredith. I know Alexis Doss, also, she's on Team Triceps. She posts a lot about whatever she has. I don't know if it's fibromyalgia or something like that. But if you're genuine about it, Amy, and you truly drink Shakeology every day, and I think that you can find ways to share that isn't just Shakeology packet and Shakeology and oh my gosh, love it. I think you can genuinely get that out, even if it does include about Shakeology, but it's changed your life because you've got, is it a disease or just a condition?
It's just a condition.
Yeah. Okay. So I'd find people who do it and copy them to a degree. Okay. All right. Any other questions? No? Okay. Okay, so that's it. That's what I have for you guys. Tomorrow night, I want to start keeping track of like the closing rate on this webinar. Now I'm nervous that I'm gonna have to really practice tomorrow and figure out how to like that it shows good, but don't like invite people on because it's powerful. Like it is a powerful webinar. So that's tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard. Follow through with Fall Classic. Look at, think about your hero sketch, think about your brand and what you're posting to, and then just finish this month strong. Finish it strong. And when I say strong, I mean like before Thanksgiving. So like you have a week from tomorrow to finish up what you need to finish up, because once Thanksgiving hits, people kind of go in like holiday mode for the next like 4 days or something. All right, ladies, thank you for jumping on. Word of the month is discipline in all areas. And we will talk next week.